Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're really enjoying this summer. I absolutely love summer. There's so much that we can do, and the vacations that we can take, even just staycations, are really, really fun this time of year. So I just absolutely enjoy and love summer. I really hope you are too. So I want to talk to you today about really leaning in to taking care of yourself. And I don't know, summer seems like a great time to do that. One of the things I want to focus on too is what I labeled, and it kind of all comes together where you can find yourself not getting things done, really neglecting things, really just your to-do list just can get to the point where it feels like it's never ending and you can never seem to get things off your to-do list, right? So, I don't know if you realize, but that has a lot to do with self-care. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But before I get into that, I am going to introduce myself. My name is Evelyn Knight. I am the host of the Childcare Business Coach podcast, the founder and CEO of Childcare Business Professionals, which is on a mission. I am on a mission to affect 1 million children, to make their lives better, to give them the love that they're not getting that they so desperately deserve. And in order to do that, I am going to help you, the ECE leader, so that your programs can be better for the children. Because I know as you level up as a leader and become a better leader, you're also going to help your children and they're going to be better off for it as well. And so that is my mission. I'm also a childcare center owner, just like you guys. I'm in the trenches. I know what it's like to be in a childcare center. So I get it. It is not easy. It's one of the hardest jobs out there. And lately, I've really been struggling. I really believe in just transparency, honesty, and letting you see what I'm really going through. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a frog in my throat. But that honest transparency is very important to me so that you can really see what does it take to be a leader, because it's not always smooth sailing, right? So often people think that you're going to travel up and you're climbing your way in life and you want to be better, you want to get to this position in life, and then you think everything's going to be roses, right? You think that it's like climbing, mountain climbing. You think you're going to get to the top of this hill and suddenly life is going to be great and your problems are going to be gone. You're not going to have any more difficulties. But that's not reality. In reality, as you get bigger and you make your life bigger, your problems get bigger. They don't go away, but they're worth it. They become more worth it. Your challenges do become greater, but that's because the reward is so much greater as well. The work I do is so important and it is so rewarding that I really understand the importance of it, right? So I'm willing to move forward through these stressors and the hard. But so many of you that I hear from look up to me, which sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad you do. But if you only knew, that's why I like being transparent, right? Because you look up to me and want to get to the level I'm at, and you think, wow, she's got it all. Her life must be so easy. But it's really not, right? Things just get harder and more complicated the bigger you get. You still have problems. Life is not binary, right? It doesn't go in this straight trajectory. Life is full of ups and downs. And like I told you in the past, I like to think of it as a spiral. You spiral up, you spiral down. It's just that constant wave spiraling, right? It's natural. It is what it is. And learning how to take care of yourself is really the key to making it through. Because if you're not nurturing yourself, if you're not really caring for yourself, you're not going to make it. And you're not going to be able to persevere to get things done. This is something that I'm really learning the hard way over the last year after losing my husband, and something I really struggle with now. When he was around, I had to push myself so hard to survive. I basically had to keep my two businesses going, care for him, and I'm used to just working whenever I possibly can. There have been times I've done meetings. I've done several meetings. I mean, there was times where I had to do lots and lots of meetings from my car, right? Every moment I had available that I wasn't with him at a doctor's appointment, I wasn't with him at the hospital or doing something he needed for care, I had to fill with work in order to get everything done. I even have an RV that I put in a mobile or a trailer park in the neighboring town that's 45 minutes away. So that when he had to go for his dialysis treatments, I could run over there and work, right? Because I really had to just figure out how am I going to commute, get him here, do this, do that, and still fill all the work in. But now my brain is kind of stuck there. And I got into this position where I worked and worked and worked, and I don't know how to stop now. Right. So even when I'm caring for myself, I'm going for hikes and I'm doing all the things that I normally love to do for self care. I found that I'm rushing. I just rush through everything. And I can tell you therapy is absolutely essential and key. And there isn't a person on this planet that doesn't need therapy. So it's something I regularly like to keep myself in, whether it's a life coach or a psychotherapist, whatever I need, I make sure I am getting the help I need cognitively. And so recently, my therapist gave me a bizarre prescription. And it was really just to take more time off and to learn how to rest again. And she's basically telling me that I have to reset my brain. My brain is trapped in that old way of thinking, it's trapped in that place of just run, run, run. So I started to take this time of rest. And there's a couple things I've learned that I want to share with you. I've really been struggling with my productivity, with getting things done. In my professional life, it's kind of funny because I'm this one person and I have these personas, right? And if you've ever heard me speak about it before, I actually name my personas. So my different personas actually have different names. And my therapist knows my background is in neuropsychology. So I know that it's really healthy for me to understand all the different parts of me and to really give them honor and give the grace that I need when I need it, right? So I know the business person, who I am, she has a name. I know my angry person when I lose my temper, she has a name, right? And then that soft female side of me that really makes me, my heart, she has a name. Well, what I'm really having a hard time lately leaning into is that heart side of me. And I am not being kind to myself. I am not caring. I'm just like, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go. So I literally am not taking the time to smell the roses. And I'm a major rose girl. I love roses. My husband used to give me rose bushes. One day I complained that when he gave me roses, it made me sad because they die, right? And so he started giving me rose bushes after that. So I have tons of roses and I cut them. And so I always have a bouquet of roses. And one of the things my husband always used to say is, see, now I give you roses all the time because I can always go cut a bouquet of roses, have them in my house at any time. So I always have a bouquet of roses in my house, right? And I love them. They're my favorite flower. I love roses. I used to really intentionally go through my garden, and you can't walk to my front door without walking through one of my rose bush patches. And I would smell my roses and I would look at them and just really enjoy the beauty behind the roses, right? But now I find that I can't do that anymore. I find that even something that takes 1 minute, like stopping to smell the roses, would make me feel like I need to go. I don't have time for this, right? Those are the thoughts that literally went through my head. I don't have time for this. I got to go. There's something I need to be doing. So what happens to us is, from a neurological perspective, is we have all these hormones running through our head, and we have all of these things happening to us that don't calm down after life craziness happens. And if you're an entrepreneur, you've gone through life craziness or you're going through life craziness, right? But it's really hard to get our brains to just quiet down. It's very difficult. And my therapist basically pointed out to me that I was at that point where I can go kayaking, I can do all the things, I can go hiking, but I'm never present anymore. And I'm never centered. I'm always like, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. Even in the way I speak very quickly normally. When I do these videos, I intentionally try and remind myself, slow down, you're talking too fast, but sometimes I know I just get going, right? So she basically prescribed more time off and resting and intentionally resting, breaking away, not connecting to the internet at all. That gave me so much anxiety. The thought of not being connected to my email, my team, my Facebook, my social media, because my work primarily is online. And the thought of not working was terrifying to me. It was absolutely terrifying. So I, knowing how the brain works, recognize that she's absolutely right. I need to do this because I'm not getting things done, especially in my personal life. These huge, important tasks are not getting complete because I'm too tired, because I can't quiet my brain long enough to even be able to focus. Like once I'm done with work for the day, I can't focus on what I need to get done in my personal life. And I mean things like paying your bills, things that have to get done. So I'm always like, kind of like, oh gosh, what was it? Where's my notes? Get my notes, look them up. And then I would just go in, do what I need to do. But even then, I was like, oh, I forgot I have to do this. Oh, I forgot I have to do this. Oh, I forgot I have to do this. I mean, like total ADHD brain, right? And did you guys know that trauma can actually rewire your brain to make it ADHD? Something to really keep in mind for those of us who've gone through trauma. And also keep in mind, COVID put us through a collective trauma. So, how many of us are suffering from these ADHD symptoms, right? Even if you don't have official ADHD, it can treat your brain almost like you do, right? And so, what happens is we get to the point where suddenly you're working on your laptop, right? I got my laptop here in front of me, and I look and I have like 15 tabs open, and all of them are things that I should be working on, but I haven't finished a single one. Ironically, one of the things I teach when I teach everybody time management is do not multitask. Do not multitask. We think that multitasking saves us time, but it doesn't. It actually steals our time. But sometimes when your brain is stuck with its cortisol levels on overdrive, when your brain is just stuck in this place of, I got to go, I can't rest, you literally cannot help it, right? And your brain just goes crazy. Even when I'm out hiking, I got to the point where I would think, okay, this is some good time. I should be recording something. I need to. So I actually downloaded a recording app on my phone so that I could have voice recordings, listening to business books, listening to business podcasts. But I had stopped hiking and just listening to nothing and just listening to the nature, right? And I was rushing, just like, how fast can I get this done, and then it almost became this game to me. It's like I do this 4.3-mile hike every day, and I go up a couple hills and do all these things, right? And literally, like, side of mountains I'll go up and just be like, okay, let's see, usually it takes me a little over an hour. Today I want to get this done. Okay, so I've got to get this done in 1 hour, right? And so then I would find myself just really rushing through it, not enjoying it anymore. Part of the reason I started hiking every day is because I'm blessed to live right back to BLM land. It's beautiful. I can go up these mountains that are gorgeous every day, and it helped me to center myself. And now, instead, I'm treating it like a chore, and I'm just rushing through it. Everything I was doing, and I didn't realize this until I was off. By the time it was about 2 weeks, and I went to Fort Bragg, which, if you don't know, Fort Bragg is in Northern California, one of the most beautiful places in the world. I've traveled all over the United States, and it is one of the most beautiful places you can ever see, ever. Just the ocean meets the redwoods. If you know what the redwood forest is like, meets these sheer cliffs, right? I mean, these huge sheer cliffs, gorgeous. And I'm going on a hike, and I look around, and this couple is strolling behind me, and it's not really a hike. It was just a walk. It was literally just a paved path walk. And I'm walking, looking at these beautiful waves, looking at the beautiful ocean. Got my dog with me. And this couple's walking in front of me. And all I kept thinking was, come on, hurry up. They're just walking nice and slow and leisurely. And all I could think of was, hurry up. What are you people doing? Why are you walking so slow? I can't pass you. I mean, I've got like cliff on this side, grassy hill on this side. I can't pass them. and I'm just like wanting to lose my mind. And I had to tell myself, like, whoa, what is going on? Look around. Look at where you are. I mean, this is literally a conversation I had with myself. Look at where you are. Why are you in such a hurry? You're in one of the most beautiful places in the world, and you're rushing to get to the end of the trail so you can come back for what? For what? Right? Why? This was literally the second day of my time off that was prescribed by my doctor so that I can learn how to slow down and be good. Second day. And I am trying to rush my way through the most beautiful place I've been in months. And I've been to a lot of gorgeous places. And so I just had to really stop and ask myself, why? But I also had to force myself to slow down. So we talk so often about like holistic care, right? And it's like a buzzword, but we really don't always understand what it means and how important it really is. After my week away and literally forcing myself to disconnect, not get on social media at all, not check my email, not work, just thinking about it gives me so much anxiety, right? For a full like 4 days, I did it. 4 straight days of not checking anything. I just realized, like, yeah, this is not okay. I need to learn how to smell the roses again. I need to be okay with that. And that is a part of holistic healthcare, right? That is a part of self care. Self care is taking care of you, helping you to eat right, do all those things. And ironically, self care actually helps you to produce more. When I came back from vacation, I was amazed at how much more productive I was, how much more focused I was. I don't have 10 tabs open on my computer. Even now, by this time, I would already have 10 tabs open, and I already am doing better. I'm more organized. My notes. I mean, I had gotten to the point where even my notes were a mess for doing things, right? Now I'm finding it's not such a chore to just focus and get things done. So if you're finding that you're not getting tasks done and you feel like everything's just a frenzy, I want to really challenge you and ask, are you taking care of yourself? Are you slowing down? I thought I was taking care of myself, but I really wasn't. Right. I know I preach self care all the time. So, yeah, I'm going hiking, I'm doing this and that. But while I'm doing it, I'm literally doing like, okay, I got to just check this off the box. Right. I literally have like my notepad here. Like, okay, here's one more thing I have to check off the box. Oh, and by the way, my ADD brain is going off. My new notepad, you guys have got to check this out. It is amazing. This is my electronic notebook. I got to show you guys. It is one of the most amazing new hack tools I have that has been life changing. If you're anything like me, you have 100 different spiral bound notebooks, and I categorize it, for this company, this, for this subject, this, for, my Mindset Mondays, I have this one. For my podcast, I have this one. Well, my son showed me these and actually helped me get this one, and it's been just a game changer for me. So this is my new notebook. It's not the Remarkable. And I'll tell you, I researched the Remarkable. I had my son research it for me, and we decided it doesn't do nearly enough. It's not for the price point. It doesn't do anything really, but be a notebook. I wanted something much better that could do all the things Remarkable does, have the same experience, but also do better for me. So you can actually do a bunch of folders, and that folder each becomes different notebooks. You open the folder, and then there's a bunch of notes within the folder. You can also transfer those notes. This one here, because it actually, you can download apps onto it. You can make them into Microsoft Word documents. So you can handwrite your notes, and it turns them into Word documents. Amazing. You can even put your Google Calendar in it. It does so much. One of my favorite things, you can have all your Kindle books in here. And as you're reading the book, so I go between Audible and Kindle all the time. It'll find my page that I left off on Audible, and I'll be in here so I can write notes on my books. I can literally notate notes, bookmark them all in this amazing device. So I'm an affiliate for Amazon. I will put the link in the notes on this so that if you're interested in buying one, you can. And I would really, really appreciate it if you use the link to purchase it because I do get support from, I will get a little bit of a commission from Amazon through that. And I really do appreciate the support for providing these free videos for you guys. So I'll make sure to add that for you. So sorry, got off on a tangent. I was looking at my notes, got excited about it because it really has been so nice for productivity. Productivity, too, is something that really does help you to be more organized and self care, right? How long and how many hours do we waste by searching things that we've lost, right? How much time is stolen from us because we're searching and searching and searching for things? So when we can pull away from that, when we can stop those frenzies, it's okay for us to invest in things like this that really help us to take our time back, to nurture ourselves, to take care of ourselves, right? So if you're finding yourself in those frenzies where you're just feel like you're being productive, but then at the end of the day, you have to look and like, what did I really get done? First of all, you need my time management course because there might be a lot more to it than just self care. It might just be that you're not respecting your own time. You're not teaching others to respect your time. If you are taking care of yourself and this is still happening, though, that's probably your answer. But if you are respecting your time, you're forcing others to respect your time, and you do have a good organized calendar system and you understand where your time leaks are going, but you still just can't focus. It's more of a problem of just being able to focus, right? You find yourself just staring at your computer screen sometimes saying, what was I doing? I have no idea. Where was I? What was I doing? That means you may need to really just start taking care of your brain a little. Your brain is like it is a muscle. It's not like a muscle. It is a muscle. And sometimes it just gets tired. And the way my therapist explained it to me that was very helpful was that just like if you're running a marathon, when your muscles get to the point of atrophy, you're not going to force them to keep going. You're going to stop and rest. We have to let our brains rest as well. There are times where we need that nothingness quiet, right? Whether it is a nice stroll or it's smelling the roses. And one of the things I've learned too is it doesn't have to be a lot. You don't need to take a whole week off. Even if every 45 minutes or even every hour you take 2 minutes to just breathe, let your brain reset, walk around, right? One of the things I'm working on after my experience at my center is I'm going to create a little sitting area, like a garden oasis for my staff, so that they have a place to just go and just breathe. That's pretty and peaceful and nice. And it doesn't have to be outside. I'm just an outside girl. You can do something within your building. You can make your bathroom beautiful and peaceful, right? You can make your bathroom somewhere that when you walk in, you're just kind of like, ah, this feels amazing, so that they have something, right? Even if it's that time of just, this is my quiet time, that time I have to me, something for them to have that time for themselves. So I hope that was helpful for you today. I also want to mention, check out my podcast. I just did an amazing interview with Ryan Dowdy. She's going to be one of the keynote speakers at our Childcare Business Summit. And she talks about radical leadership and the radical responsibility of being a leader. And if one of my team members would drop the link to that episode in the chat, that would be awesome. Thank you, ladies. But radical responsibility, because that is what we have as leaders. It is such a great episode. I really want all of you guys to catch it. So I hope everybody has a beautiful week. I will be at the Bounce Conference later this week. So if you're going to be there with Kangaroo Time in Buffalo, I can't wait to meet you in person. You got to make sure you come and introduce yourself to me. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day.